It's penguin time! Chuckin', hey, when I first held this flirty birdie in my hand, man, I pressed her to my lips and took a vape, and I seriously got about as giddy as a fat kid in a donut shop. She's freaking adorable, kinda looks like a penguin, right? She's light, she's ergonomic, she feels of good quality, holds a whopping 8.8 mils of your preferred e-liquid. Easy to freaking use, vapes a treat in mouth-to-lung mode. Also, it vapes even better in lung hit mode, which I'm gonna show you in a second. Has a built-in 2000 milliamp hour battery, got your USB port on the side for charging, it's got 2 amp quick charge. Got a comfy clicky fire button on the side with a battery indicator screen underneath it. And guess what? This puppy chucker right here comes in a variety of different colors. I'm gonna go ahead and call it, guys. This Penguin mod, it may be the future of pod system devices, and it may well be Joyetech's most successful product to date, and that's because this sucker is going to cater to the mass vapor. I've been rocking the black one mostly, but I like the black and the white because it looks like a penguin. But man, let me tell you something. This thing, it's so freaking good. It's so convenient. It vapes just like a sub-ohm tank in my opinion, but you get the convenience. And it's more ergonomic. It's an all-in-one kit. It's just a winner chicken dinner. Like I said, man, when I first picked this up, I was as giddy as a fat ass in a donut shop. So in the black and white version, I've got the 0.6 ohm coil head, and this is mouth-to-lung mode. And then the full-on black version, I got the 0.25 ohm coil head, and this is lung hit mode. First, I'm gonna hit up the mouth-to-lung for you. A little bit loose for a mouth lung, but you got your airflow up top. I'm gonna show you this in the close-ups, obviously, but you can cover it up. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hit the fire button up with my middle finger and then cover up half the slot up top, the airflow slot, with my index finger. And it still is a little bit loose. That's the only gripe I have for this, really. For the mouth-to-lungers out there, it's gonna be a loose hit. But for the lung hitters, ho ho ho, get ready. Strap your seatbelts in, boys and girls, because it is gonna be a all-in-one ride. I know I get a little carried away. Full on black, 0.25 ohm coil head, lung hit mode. Woo, look at that vapor production. Oh yeah, and the battery life, it's freaking three dots. You get a total of 5 dots. You get 3 dots on this thing and it's still hit like a champ. You get plenty of airflow in lung hit mode, and you get plenty of vapor in the flavor. This is definitely the most enjoyable vape experience that I've gotten off of a pod system device, by far. And what I love about this kit is you could use your preferred juice, and it holds a buttload, a whopping 8.8 mils of e-liquid. So in mouth-to-lung mode, I can do a lung hit. It's a tight lung hit, but I could do it. In the flavor, like I said before, it is just like a sub-ohm tank to me. The coil heads, both the 0.25 and the 0.6 ohm coil head that come with this kit is fantastic. Oh yeah, and the longevity. This coil head right now, it's going on 6 days. And the flavor is just as good today as it was on the first day. 6 days for a freaking coil head? That's awesome. I am freaking digging this. I mean, just the way this thing looks, the way it feels, all the pros I just mentioned, it just goes on and on and on. Now, there are cons for this. Most of them are subjective. You may not like them, but there's a couple of them that I don't like. But all in all, it's a freaking doozy. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. So here is the packaging for this Joyetech Penguin. Hey, and of course inside that packaging you're going to receive your Penguin mod, a USB cable for charging, included is a 0.6 ohm mouth-to-lung coil head, hey, and it also comes with a 0.25 ohm coil head made for lung hits, comes with a silicone drip tip cover, also included is a pod cover, a warranty card, a attention card, and last but certainly not least, a Joyetech Penguin user manual. Now onto the Penguin mod. Now a few specs for you. She's primarily made of zinc alloy and plastic, and she's 102.5 millimeter by 52 millimeter by 26.5 millimeter. At the top of the device, you got your nice, comfortable drip tip, like I mentioned in FaceTime. And in order to get this pod out, what you got to do is grab a hold of the drip tip, and this sucker pops right out, and it looks just like an ink cartridge, doesn't it? And then on the back, you can write the brand of juice you put in here, the flavor, the nicotine, the PG, VG, and you got 8.8 mils of juice capacity in this sucker. That is a whopping amount of juice. Up here, you got your set airflow, so your airflow is up top, meaning there's going to be no leaking. At the bottom, you got your coil that's press fitted, which I'm going to go into in a second, but you got your connections right here. Here's the inside of the mod, your connections, which make connections with the bottom of the coil head. It's just a kick-ass setup, guys. And look at that again. 8.8 mils of juice. Right now, I've got a little bit under 3 mils of e-liquid. Also, they give you this option, this silicone drip tip sleeve, if you want to pop on there for more comfort. To be honest with you, I don't like it. I take mine off and use it as is because it is super comfortable the way it is. And when you're done filling her up, you pop her in like so, click her into place, and you are good to go. You got your fire button right here. Nice clicky fire button. 5 clicks to turn her on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you got your battery gauge. Right now, we got 5 dots. And when you hit the fire button, Oh yeah, she fires right up. But 5 dots means this thing is fully charged, and when this sucker is fully charged, you get 50 watts. And as you vape and those dots go down to 4 and then 3 and then 2 and then 1, it drops in wattage. And then you got to charge her back up. And speaking of charge her back up, you got your USB port right here for charging. Down here, you got ventilation holes. And then on this side of the mod, you got laser etch your Penguin logo. I mean, this thing is super duper ergonomic. It feels good in the old hand. I love where the fire button is. I just love everything about this, guys. So here's the other pod system I was rocking in the black unit, and as you guys can see, it is full of juice. And if you look up top in bright light, you could see through that. It's transparent, and look, I got juice in there. Pretty cool, huh? But at the bottom, it's got this insert. The way that my pod system came, the way that your pod's gonna come is it's gonna come with an insert. You take a tool, you pop it out, you fill her up, and you pop a coil head. One of your coil heads in there. Let me show you how to do that. Oh yeah, and before I show you that, I want to show you these coil heads. So each coil head, it's got a ceramic housing, and inside there, you got your little bitty coil. Here's the 0.6, and it's gonna be a little bitty coil for your mouth to lunger. And to be honest, like I said, it's a loose mouth to lung. You can still do your lung hits, but it uses organic cotton in there. You got a Kanthal coil, again, a ceramic housing. You got your connections down here, and then up here, this is your feed slot, okay? And this is called a juice vertical injection coil. So the juice feeds from the top down to the cotton to the coil, and you got your airflow on this side. The airflow travels down through the coil up through the mouthpiece to your mouth. That's how the sucker works. And here's the 0.25. Uses organic cotton, but it's a much larger coil in diameter. Got the ceramic housing. You got your connections down here, and you got your feed slot up here. Again, juice vertical injection coil. But yeah, back to this pod system, you get your fingernail in there or a tool in there, and you pull this insert out, and then right there you got your fill slot. Again, holds 8.8 mils of juice. You just pop your dropper in there, you pop your unicorn bottle, and you fill it up. And then right here you got your shaft section that leads up to your mouth. But yeah, once you fill this sucker up, and I'm not going to fill this thing up because it's completely full, but it's pretty self-explanatory, guys. But once you fill it up, you pop your coil head in there, and you're rocking. Right now I've got the 0.25 brand new. I'm not going to prime this thing up, and I'm going to show you why in a second. But you press fit it in there. Oh yeah, no leaking one bit, seals it off completely. Once I'm done doing that, I pop the pod in there, clicks into place, and like I said, I don't prime the coil head up because all I do is just hold down the airflow, block that sucker off, and then take a primer puff, and that'll suck juice to your wick and to your coil. It works a treat for me every time. So like I mentioned in FaceTime, she houses a 2000 milliamp hour battery. It's got 2 amp quick charge on the side. Once I notice the dots start to go down to 2 or 1, I charge it up. Now when it's at 3, like you guys saw on FaceTime, 3 dots, this thing still vapes like a champ. Even 2, it vapes good. Battery life is phenomenal for a 2000 milliamp hour battery. Price point for this all-in-one kit, incredible. 25 to 30 bucks. I'll post links down in the description that are carrying this sucker. Oh, but like I said before, there are cons, and we're gonna go over them right now. First, and this is a pretty big one for me, but in mouth-to-lung mode, even though I don't do mouth-to-lungs, I know I'm trying to watch out for you mouth-to-lung vapors out there, but in 0.6 ohm coil head mode, which is mouth-to-lung mode, it is a little bit loose. And that leads me to my second con, the adjustable airflow. There's no adjustable airflow. In 0.25 ohm, I don't even care. I love the airflow wide open, but in mouth-to-lung, I'd like to have it to where I could close it off. And the last 2 cons I found for this Penguin, and these are subjective cons, they're not cons to me, but they may be to you guys. 1, you can't use your own 510 drip tip or your own drip tip. And 2, it's got a built-in 2000 milliamp hour battery. Personally, I love the freaking drip tip. I think it's super comfortable, and I love the fact that it's got a built-in battery. Again, this is going to cater to the mass vapor. The guy and gal that doesn't want to have to pull out their battery and go. The guy and gal that doesn't want to have to put their own drip tip in. They just want something simple and sleek, ergonomic, light, all that good stuff. That's what this is. Oh yeah, I've had 0 leaking on this. That's another pro, along with a whole list of pros I already mentioned. Cannot leak. No leaking. And that's because the airflow's at the top and the way this thing's designed, as you guys saw in the close-up. So yeah, that's a look at the Penguin by Joyetech. Highly recommendable mod, guys. I put it to you like this. If this sucker wasn't sent to me for free to review for you guys, I would snatch this thing up before you could say sold out. So if you guys liked the video, found it helpful and entertaining, well then like the video down below. And if you want to see more of me, subscribe for more. This is Rip Trippers, and remember, smoking is dead. Vaping is the future, and the future is now.